Hey gang, Dr. Matt here again for day 4 of the Keto Cut. And I'm really digging this format because it's allowing me to have kind of a running conversation and answer questions from the day before and all that stuff. But I'm going to be, if I seem preoccupied, it's because I'm cooking breakfast. It's back to work, so I don't have as much time in the morning today, but just got done with my workout. And here I'm cooking breakfast. And it's funny because I have 2 pans going. I have one for me, one for my wife and daughter. Essentially, we're eating the same things. It's just my version's going to be lower fat. So I'm cooking my mushrooms down like I talked about yesterday, and I'm just making my same scramble that I made yesterday. But it's funny because my wife and kid are going to be eating the same thing basically, except they're going to have a higher fat content in their meal. So whereas I'm pressure cooking my food a bit, not using any oils, in theirs I'm cooking their food with ghee. Instead of turkey sausage like I'm having, they're going to have regular pork sausage. They're going to have more whole eggs and less egg whites, whereas I'm having more egg whites. I'm still having a couple whole eggs because I like the nutrition of it, but I'm getting more protein from more egg whites. And where they're getting just regular shredded cheddar cheese, I'm using fat-free cheese. So we're basically eating the same thing, it's just I'm titrating the fat because that's when it becomes all about nuance, right? I'm in a different situation that they are. I'm actively trying to lose fat mass versus my daughter, who's 5 years old. I don't want to restrict her calories. I just want to make sure her calories are coming from good sources. But, I want her to have protein and healthy fats. My wife is pregnant. I don't need to be restricting her calories. I want her to, again, have healthy proteins, healthy fats, right? So that's why when we discuss this type of stuff, nuance is very important, okay? It's all about context. This low-carb, keto sphere, carnivore, paleo, all of these tribal mechanisms that we fall into, we start to lose that art of nuance. And so, but yeah, day 4 is going well. Weighing in on Monday, so I'm down to 285.4. Just Friday, I was 292.6 or something like that. Close to 293. So like in 3 days, I've lost 7 pounds. Now here's the thing: it's water weight. I get that. So don't think I'm making some grandiose claims that, oh my God, look how much fat I'm losing already. It's like, well, it's water weight. Now my question to the establishment is this though, because if I was following a standard American diet and I had high blood pressure, which I'm sure I do right now. Actually, when I get to the office, I'll test it today. I wish I would have tested it on Friday before I started, but I guarantee I had higher blood pressure on Friday before I started versus now, carrying around that 7 extra pounds. When you go to the doctor and you are diagnosed with high blood pressure, what is the main mechanism that a lot of these medications work on to reduce that blood pressure? It's to help you shed water weight. The whole reason behind them, the modern medicine wanting you to follow a low, reduce salt in your diet is to reduce hypertension by reducing water retention. Here, I just lost 7 pounds worth of water in 3 days for free, no medications needed, not feeling crappy on a low salt diet either. It's so funny about low salt. Salt is imperative to life. It's dumb. Sodium is an electrolyte that plays a big part in our biochemistry. Why do we feel like we need to restrict that? But anyway, it's asinine, but it makes me wonder, like, I mean, why isn't low carb has so many benefits. And again, I'm not saying everybody has to be zero carb, but as a whole, as a country, as a world now, we are carb bloated, and it's doing terrible things to our health. Why hasn't low carb become first-line nutrition, first-line nutritional advice and intervention when dealing with stuff like obesity, diabetes, even stuff like hypertension, when you need to shed water weight? Well, reduce the amount of crappy carbs and you'll shed a lot of that water weight. You know, our glycogen stores, glycogen is glucose bound to water. You know, when you think about carbohydrates, what is carbohydrates? It's carbon molecules saturated with water. It's hydrated carbon, carbohydrates, right? And yes, it can be a good fuel source for people, but the whole point with low carb is, do you want to be a sugar burner or do you want to be a fat burner? And if you got tons of fat to lose, a lot of spare fat to lose, why would you still want to keep burning that sugar? Teach your body to burn its fat. And that's the whole point of it. So, but again, I'm high protein, very high protein. I am down to, like I said, but I'm down 7 pounds in 3 days. I guarantee you have done great things for my blood pressure in a short amount of time, just by real food, real nutrition. So I want to get back to finishing this up. You guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Take care.